Check this out.
December of 2024, I had to make a decision about my son due to behavior issues to admit him into a behavior hospital. Ryder was there for 2 weeks. If you guys has been following me since I started this page, I know y'all remember this story. I was on here crying, trying to seek help, didn't know what to do, things like that. Ryder had got better. We had got him a new psychiatrist, and he got on some meds, calmed him down, everything. The last 30 days, I feel like my 10-year-old intentionally does things to mentally torture me. It goes from the stealing to the lying to him basically telling his brother that he's gonna kill me. Knives in the house is coming up missing, and you don't know what is going on with your son.
Now, first of all, where the goddamn daddy at? Cause if the daddy is alive and free, why he ain't involved with the little 10-year-old little boy? You can't raise a boy by your goddamn self. It gonna take a village. He probably in there listening to that WNBA young boy Pooh Shiesty, and they got him thinking he a demon. And them demons starting to talk to his ass, and they telling him to knock your ass off. Knives missing, attitudes and moves, looking at you crazy, talking all rude. That ain't your son no more. That's Satan, little boy. Satan done adopted him. Carry on.
I'm at the point, for the sake of my son, because we have a 13-year-old, for the sake of my son, to have him removed, to try to seek some type of psychological help, because there's nowhere in the world I could fix my brain or my mouth to say, as a child, I'm gonna kill my parents. Like, it makes no sense. I'm in a Forney area, and me and my wife is trying to figure out ways and facilities to do inpatient.
What? There go the problem right there. Ain't no man in that goddamn house. It's a woman, my wife. That little boy in there probably full of resentment and hate, cause ain't no male figure in that house. He don't like your preferences. He want a man around there, and he's screaming for attention that you can't provide. Carry on.
Shalom. Kol Haloyim La Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim Ruach HaKodash, saying all praises to the Heavenly Father Yahweh, who the world calls God, and the name of his only begotten Son Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who do rule well. Peace, love, and salutation to you, Akim, pushing this word in truth and in sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth, risking your lives and freedom to do so, as well as you, Akim and Aqua, for striving in the same spirit and the same doctrine. To you all, I say shalom, and may the blessing of election be upon your houses. It's your fellow servant Malachi from the GMS Orlando camp, back with another lesson, and as always, I pray be edifying to the hopeful elect. Okay, they say it take a village to raise a man, but in actuality, one righteous man can raise an entire village. That's the importance of a man being in the household. All right, now this chick right here, she's going on and crying and acting like she's confused as to why this is happening. That's because there's no man in the house. Okay, as you heard her say, she has a wife. All right, so off the bat, there's confusion going on in the home, man. Okay, so there's no question as to why her son is being a demon. He's 10 years old and he already lying and stealing. It won't be, long until he out there toting the switch, wearing the damn shiesty mask, man. This is how these little niggas are raised, man. Single parent households, the father not present, the mother is not establishing order within the household, man. Like I said, that's the importance of the father being in a home. And Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, he knew that. That's why he strategically removed the fathers from the household, man. Okay, and that's how he entered in and subverted the household. Okay, he took the father out, all right, and he established his own authority within the household. Okay, now let's go to the book of Ecclesiasticus chapter 3. All right, we're gonna make this real quick, get straight to the point. All right, because yeah, man, I gotta get back. But this is Ecclesiasticus 3:9. It says, for the blessing of the father establisheth the houses of children. You see that? But the curse of the mother rooteth out foundation. Okay, because it's the father's intuition to instill order within his household, man. Okay, it's the mother's intuition to instill love and nurture. Okay, the father is the one that's there to discipline, that's there to instill morals within the children, man. All right, like I said, that's why you hear her talking about her wife. The son probably not with that shit, man. So instead of building her household up and establishing order, she's plucking it down, as it says in Proverbs, man, simply by indulging in that confusion. Okay, what the hell are you doing with another woman and then talking about your wife? All right, she probably got a stud, one of them dykes, man. Okay, and the son know that shit ain't right. That's why he acting out. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 14 and verse 1. Every wise woman buildeth her house, but the foolish plucketh it down with her hands. All right, so she's plucking her house down, man, simply by being with another woman. That's not the order that Yahweh Shem Yahushai set up, man. Okay, so that's confusion off the top. Verse 2, he that walketh, Salakia. Okay, verse 1, that's what we wanted. Every wise woman buildeth her house, but the foolish plucketh it down with her hands, man. Okay, and like I was getting ready to say, when you go to 1 Corinthians 11 and 3, it tells you the order that the Heavenly Father set up. The Heavenly Father never set up a woman to be with another woman, a man to be with another man, and he damn sure didn't set up a child to be over the parents, man. But that's what we see happening here in these last days. All right, these YNs, they come out the womb, they listening to that young boy, they listen to all this damn killing music and shit, and they get influenced, man. Now they talking back to the parents, now they stealing from the parents. You even got some YNs out here, they got beef with their parents, man. Talking shit to them, running over them, ruling over them. 1 Corinthians 11 and 3, but I would have you know that the head of every man is a Mashiach, and the head of the woman is the man. All right, but as it says in Isaiah, I believe that's chapter 33, there's a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. Okay, and an even newer thing than that, the child shall compass the man and the woman, man. You got these children that are ruling the households. Okay, as it says here, 1 Corinthians 11 and 3, but I will have you know that the head of every man is a Mashiach, and the head of the woman is the man. Okay, and the head of the child is the woman. It doesn't say it here, but that's the order that the Heavenly Father have set up. All right, and continuing on, it says, and the head of a Mashiach is the Most High. All right, so the order is the Heavenly Father, all right, his son Yahushai, okay, man, woman, and then child. All right, but like I said, the even newer thing than a woman compassing a man in the earth is the child compassing both. Let's go to 2 Corinthians. All right, 2nd Esdras, like it. This is 2nd Esdras 5 and 8. There shall be a confusion also in many places, and the fire shall be oft sent out again, and the wild beasts shall change their places, and mistress women shall bring forth monsters. And that's exactly what these children are in today's time. We call them YNs, okay, and the scriptures call them monsters. All right, they like I said, they get up in age, 11, 12, 13, they jump off the porch, man. They running around in the streets, they stealing, snatching purses. Some of them even by the age of 12, they don't caught their first body. Okay, the script it says it here, the scriptures describe them as monsters, man. Okay, and that's because they're out of control. The parents can't control them. There's no father in the house. All right, they don't respect authority. Okay, and this is why the Lord has to reset this generation, man. Because in the ancient times, none of this shit would be flying, man. Okay, let's go to Isaiah chapter 3. There wouldn't be none of this shit in the old days, man. All right, and these parents, they act like they scared to discipline their children, man. And that's another issue too. You got these new school parents, they withhold the rod from the kids, man. They don't put belt to ass enough. Okay, and you can tell. My parents was from the old school, man. I got my ass whooped with all kind of shit, broomsticks, switches. All right, this younger generation, the only switch they know about is the Glock, man. Okay, this is Isaiah 3 and 4. And I will give children to be their princes, and babes shall rule over them. And the people shall be oppressed, every one by another, and every one by his neighbor. The child shall behave himself proudly against the ancient, all right, the elders. Like I said, I seen a video came out a while ago. It was like three or four little Jakes, little kids, man, beating up on their grandma. Okay. It says here, and the people shall be oppressed, every one by another, and every one by his neighbor. The child shall behave himself proudly against the ancient, and the base against the honorable. See that? But like I said, if we took it back to the ancient times, you know, where if a child was misbehaving, if he was, you know, rebellious, he would be taken to the elders. All right, let's go there. Let's go to the book of Deuteronomy. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 21. Start at verse 18. It says, if a man have a stubborn and rebellious son, which would not obey the voice of his father or the voice of his mother, and that when they have chastened him will not hearken unto them, then shall his father and his mother lay hold on him and bring him unto the elders. All right, snatch his ass up and bring him to the elders, man. All right, of his city and unto the gates of his place. And they shall say unto the elders of his city, this is our son, stubborn and rebellious. He will not obey our voice. He is a glutton and a drunkard. And all the men of his city shall stone him with stones, that he die. So shall thou put evil away from among you, and all Israel shall hear and fear. All right. So we need to go back to the old ways, man. We wouldn't have YNs running around with switches, terrorizing, you know, the elders. You know, these little niggas are out of control, man. And even they are too far gone past the point of return, man, because they look up, like I said, to these different NBA young boys and these different rappers, these different, you know, niggas in the hood that are living that street life, man. Those things are honorable to the young generation. All right, even these young women, man, they're monsters. You got these young girls, they discover themselves at an early age. By the time they 15, 16, you know, they done had plenty of experience with men. Everything is turned upside down, man. This is why the only way to fix what is going on here in this earth is for everything to go back to the old ways, man. Okay? And like I said, you can't withhold chastening from these kids. You gotta whoop these kids' ass, man. Because if not, they're gonna be ruling over your ass. Like this chick right here. She don't know what to do with that little nigga, man. That little nigga need a father in his life, a righteous leader. These women lay up with Pookie and they lay up with Ray Ray, and these kids see the ways of their own fathers, and they want to be like them. This is Ecclesiastes 30:1. He that loveth his son causeth him oft to feel the rod, that he may have joy of him in the end. He that chastiseth his son shall have joy in him, and shall rejoice of him among his acquaintance. All right? Because when you establish order in your household, and you chastising your son, and you teaching him the ways of righteousness, you're bringing him up in a way that he should go, as it says in Proverbs 22:6. Training up that child, man, according to the righteousness of the Heavenly Father. Verse 3, he that teacheth his son grieveth the enemy, and before his friends he shall rejoice of him. All right, because Esau, Edom, is so-called white man, he loves when our houses are out of order, because it's easy to sneak in and subvert it, man. It's easy to sneak in and establish his authority in the household. That's why we got to keep it tight, man. We coming back to the old paths, where the Lord have shown us the importance of keeping our houses in order, being a father, being a leader, being a husband, and most of all, being a humble servant, man. Okay, let me grab one more. I believe it's in Wisdom of Solomon. Yep, this is Wisdom of Solomon. No, that ain't it either. Bear with me real quick. Yep, this is Wisdom of Solomon chapter 3 and verse 16. As for the children of adulterers, they shall not come to their perfection, and the seed of an unrighteous bed shall be rooted out. For though they live long, yet shall they be nothing regarded, and their last age shall be without honor. Or if they die quickly, they have no hope, neither comfort in the day of trial. For horrible is the end of the unrighteous generation. Okay, so these YNs, these YBs are growing up to, be that unrighteous generation, man. That's why we are in dire need of a reset. You got children that are running their households now, man. And that's because order is not being established in the house. But if we come back to the ways of righteousness, okay, establishing that order within the house is gonna be first-hand nature, man. Okay, that's all I got for this. Damn Eve, damn crying and shit, man. Okay, they doing everything except establishing the ways of the Heavenly Father, man. If she came back to the Heavenly Father, she would understand how to deal with her children, man. How to deal with her demon-ass son. Okay, but that's it. Call Elohim La, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Ruach HaKodesh. See you Akim, you Akwa from the next lesson, Lord willing. Shalom, Wa, Abba, Babal.